Imagine being the one she can't stop thinking about. Today, we're breaking down the ultimate strategy that will embed you in her thoughts, day and night. This episode explains how specific actions can deeply impress her, making you the main character in her dreams. Let's dive in. 1. Be playfully challenging. Imagine you're at a coffee shop and the barista asks for your name. Instead of giving it, you playfully respond, "Guess." This small act of playful challenge can turn a mundane interaction into a memorable one. That's the power of being playfully challenging. Women are drawn to men who can keep them on their toes. It's not about being difficult or argumentative. It's about creating a dynamic, engaging interaction that's far from boring. Think of it as a mental tennis match where you're constantly lobbing the ball back into her court, keeping her engaged and intrigued. You might playfully tease her about her coffee order, challenging her to try something new. Or perhaps you turn a simple question into a fun guessing game. The key is to keep things lighthearted and fun, never crossing into territory that might make her uncomfortable. This approach works because it taps into the thrill of the chase. By being slightly unpredictable and challenging, you're giving her brain a delightful workout. She'll find herself thinking about your interactions long after they're over, trying to come up with witty comebacks or wondering what you'll say next. Remember, the goal isn't to outsmart or intimidate, but to create a spark of excitement. So, go ahead. Throw in a playful challenge now and then. You might just find that you've given her something to smile about long after your conversation has ended. 2. Be mysterious. Picture this. You're at a party, sharing stories with a group. When it's your turn, you start to tell an intriguing tale. But just as you reach the climax, you pause and say with a mischievous smile, "Actually, I'll save the ending for another time." This, my friends, is the art of being mysterious. Mystery is like a magnet for the human mind. We're naturally curious creatures, always seeking to fill in the blanks and solve puzzles. By maintaining an air of mystery, you're essentially turning yourself into an intriguing puzzle that she'll want to solve. But being mysterious doesn't mean being aloof or unresponsive. It's about carefully choosing what you reveal and when. Share enough to pique her interest, but hold back just enough to leave her wanting more. Maybe you mention a unique hobby, but don't go into details or reference an interesting life experience without telling the full story. This approach works because it triggers her imagination. When you don't provide all the information, her mind starts filling in the gaps, often in ways that are far more intriguing than reality. She'll find herself wondering about you, creating scenarios in her mind about who you are and what you're all about. The key here is balance. Too much mystery can come across as secretive or untrustworthy. The goal is to be like a good book, revealing enough to keep her engaged, but always with another page to turn. So, go ahead and leave a little to the imagination. You might just find that you've given her plenty to dream about. 3. Make her laugh. Let's set the scene. You're on a first date, and things are a bit tense. Suddenly, you make a clever observation about the waiter's uncanny resemblance to a famous celebrity. She bursts into laughter, the tension dissipates. And just like that, you've created a shared moment of joy. That, gentlemen, is the power of humor. Laughter is more than just a response to something funny. It's a powerful bonding mechanism. When you make a woman laugh, you're not just entertaining her. You're creating positive associations with your presence. Every chuckle, giggle, or full belly laugh is like a little deposit in the bank of her affection. But here's the thing about humor. It's not one size fits all. The key is to find your own unique brand of funny. Maybe you're great at witty wordplay, or perhaps you have a talent for perfectly timed, self-deprecating jokes. Whatever your style, authenticity is key. Forced jokes or canned one-liners often fall flat. Humor also shows intelligence and social awareness. A well-timed joke demonstrates that you can read the room and understand social nuances. It's a sign of emotional intelligence that women find incredibly attractive. The goal isn't to turn into a stand-up comedian. It's about bringing lightness and joy to your interactions. A woman who associates you with laughter and good times is likely to keep thinking about you long after the joke has ended. So, don't be afraid to let your funny flag fly. A good laugh could be the first step to capturing her heart and her thoughts. 4. Master the art of flirting. Imagine you're at a bustling farmer's market. You spot an attractive woman examining a basket of apples. You approach and casually say, "I bet I can guess your favorite type of apple." She looks intrigued. You've just opened the door to flirtation, my friend. Flirting is like a dance. It requires rhythm, timing, and a light touch. It's not about grand gestures or cheesy pickup lines. Rather, it's about creating a spark of intrigue and attraction through subtle, playful interactions. The key to effective flirting is to keep it light and fun. A raised eyebrow, a knowing smile, or a gentle tease can often be more effective than an overt come-on. It's about creating a private world between the two of you, even in a crowded room. But flirting isn't just about what you say. It's also about body language. Maintaining eye contact a second longer than necessary, mirroring her posture, or finding excuses for light, casual touches, like a brief touch on the arm during conversation, can all send powerful flirtatious signals. The goal of flirting isn't necessarily to make an immediate conquest. It's about planting a seed of interest that can grow over time. A well-executed flirtation will leave her thinking about you long after the interaction has ended, replaying your words and actions in her mind. So go ahead, take a playful risk. That apple at the farmer's market could be the beginning of a delicious flirtation that keeps her dreaming about you for days to come. If you're enjoying today's tips on dating, don't forget to like and comment. For a deeper transformation, consider our free 60-minute strategy call. You'll learn how to meet more women and date with newfound confidence. Click the link in the pinned comment to reserve your session. 5. Be a good conversationalist. Picture this. You're at a dinner party surrounded by interesting people. Suddenly, you find yourself deep in conversation with a captivating woman. The room fades away as you discuss everything from quantum physics to your shared love of obscure 80s movies. Hours pass like minutes. That, gentlemen, is the power of being a good conversationalist. Being a great conversationalist isn't about dominating the discussion or showcasing your knowledge. It's about creating a dialogue that's engaging, stimulating, and memorable. It's about asking thoughtful questions, actively listening, and contributing meaningful insights. One key aspect of good conversation is versatility. Can you discuss the latest political news as easily as you can chat about reality TV? Can you delve into deep philosophical questions and then seamlessly switch to lighthearted banter? This ability to navigate different topics shows intellectual agility that many women find incredibly attractive. A good conversation is a two-way street. It's not just about what you say, but how you make the other person feel. Do you make her feel heard? Do you show genuine interest in her thoughts and opinions? These are the hallmarks of a truly great conversationalist. Here's a pro tip. Always leave some threads of conversation dangling. Mention a fascinating book you're reading or an interesting experience you've had, but don't tell the whole story. This gives her a reason to want to talk to you again, to pick up where you left off. So, sharpen your conversational skills. A woman who's intellectually stimulated by your discussions will find her mind wandering back to you, eager for the next engaging conversation. 6. Be an active listener. Let's paint a picture. You're at a bustling cafe, sitting across from a woman who's animatedly sharing a story about her recent adventure. Instead of just nodding along or waiting for your turn to speak, you're fully engaged. Your eyes are focused on her, you're asking pertinent questions, and you're reacting genuinely to the highs and lows of her tale. This, gentleman, is active listening in action. Active listening is more than just hearing words. It's about truly understanding and engaging with what's being said. It's a skill that can set you apart in a world where everyone seems to be waiting for their turn to talk. When you actively listen, you're showing that you value her thoughts, experiences, and emotions. But how do you become an active listener? Start by giving your full attention. Put away your phone, maintain eye contact, and use nonverbal cues like nodding or leaning in slightly to show you're engaged. Ask thoughtful questions that show you're not just hearing her words, but processing and caring about what she's saying. One powerful technique is to occasionally summarize what she said. This not only shows you've been paying attention, but also gives her a chance to clarify any misunderstandings. It's like holding up a mirror to her thoughts, making her feel truly heard and understood. Active listening isn't about being silent. It's about contributing to the conversation in a way that shows you're fully present and interested. A well-timed, "That must have been challenging," or "How did that make you feel?" can deepen the conversation and strengthen your connection. By being an active listener, you're creating a safe space for her to express herself. And trust me, a woman who feels truly heard and understood will find her thoughts drifting back to you long after the conversation has ended. 7. Compliment her uniquely. Imagine you're at an art gallery opening. You notice a woman whose presence catches your eye. Instead of resorting to a generic, "You look beautiful," you approach her and say, "The way you're examining that painting, it's clear you have a deep appreciation for art. It's refreshing to see." Boom! You've just delivered a unique compliment that she's likely to remember long after the event is over. Unique compliments are like rare gems in a sea of pebbles. They stand out because they go beyond the surface and show that you've paid attention to who she is, not just how she looks. These compliments demonstrate that you see her as a whole person, with interests, skills, and qualities that make her unique. The key to a great unique compliment is specificity. Instead of saying, "You're smart," try, "The way you explained that complex topic made it so easy to understand." You have a real gift for making difficult concepts accessible. This kind of compliment not only makes her feel good, but also shows that you value her mind and abilities. Authenticity is crucial. Don't manufacture compliments just to impress. The most impactful compliments are those that come from a place of genuine appreciation. Maybe you admire the way she handles stressful situations with grace, Or perhaps her quirky sense of humor brightens your day. Whatever it is, let her know. Here's a pro tip. Follow up your compliment with a question. This turns the compliment into a conversation starter. For example, I love how passionate you are about environmental issues. What first sparked your interest in this area? By mastering the art of unique compliments, you're not just making her feel good in the moment. You're showing her that you see and appreciate her for who she truly is. And that, gentlemen, is something she'll be dreaming about long after the conversation ends. 8. Dress sharply. Picture this. You walk into a room and heads turn. Not because you're wearing anything flashy or outrageous, but because you exude an air of quiet confidence and style. Your clothes fit perfectly. Your color combinations are on point. And every detail, from your well-polished shoes to your neatly trimmed hair, speaks of attention and care. This, gentleman, is the power of dressing sharply. Dressing well isn't about following trends blindly or spending a fortune on designer labels. It's about understanding what works for your body type, your coloring, and your personal style. It's about presenting the best version of yourself to the world. Think of your outfit as a silent introduction. Before you even open your mouth, your clothes are telling a story about who you are. Are they saying, I care about details and take pride in my appearance? Or are they mumbling, I just threw on whatever was clean? But here's the thing. Dressing sharply doesn't mean wearing a suit everywhere you go. It means choosing clothes that fit well, are appropriate for the occasion, and make you feel confident. Maybe it's a well-fitted t-shirt and jeans combo, or perhaps it's a casual blazer over a crisp shirt. The key is to look intentional and put together. Remember, women notice details. The quality of your shoes, the state of your nails, the way your clothes fit. These small things add up to create an overall impression. By paying attention to these details, you're showing that you care about yourself, and by extension, that you're likely to care about others too. So, take some time to curate your wardrobe. Invest in quality basics, learn what colors and styles suit you best, and don't be afraid to develop your own unique style. Because when you look good, you feel good. And that confidence is something she'll be dreaming about long after you've left the room. 9. Be confident in silence. Imagine this scenario. You're on a date, walking through a park after dinner. The conversation lulls, and instead of scrambling to fill the silence with nervous chatter, you simply smile, enjoying the moment and the company. This, gentleman, is the art of being confident in silence. In our fast-paced, noise-filled world, the ability to be comfortable with silence is a rare and attractive quality. It shows a level of self-assurance and emotional maturity that many find irresistible. When you're at ease in silence, you're demonstrating that you don't need constant external validation or entertainment. You're content in your own skin. Think of silence as a spice in the recipe of interaction. Used judiciously, it can enhance the flavors of your conversation, giving weight to your words and allowing moments of connection to breathe and deepen. It gives both you and her a chance to process thoughts and feelings, to simply be present with each other without the pressure of constant communication. Here's a pro tip. Next time you're in conversation, try pausing for a beat longer than usual before responding. This small silence can add emphasis to your words and show that you're truly considering what's been said, not just waiting for your turn to speak. Confidence in silence is not about being silent all the time. It's about being comfortable enough with yourself and the situation to not fear moments of quiet. And trust me, a man who can navigate silence with grace and confidence is a man she'll be thinking about long after the conversation has ended. 10. Leave her wanting more. Picture this. You're at a party, deep in conversation with an intriguing woman. The chemistry is palpable, the laughter is flowing, and you're both having a great time. Then, just as the party is hitting its peak, you catch her eye, smile warmly, and say, "This has been wonderful, but I should head out. I've got an early start tomorrow." You leave her with a lingering look and a promise to continue the conversation soon. Boom! You've just mastered the art of leaving her wanting more. The concept is simple, yet powerful. By ending an interaction on a high note, when things are going well, you create a sense of anticipation and desire for future encounters. It's like ending a TV episode on a cliffhanger. She'll be eager to see what happens next. But this isn't about playing games or being manipulative. It's about understanding the psychology of attraction and the power of anticipation. When you leave on a high note, you ensure that her last impression of you is a positive one. She'll replay the interaction in her mind, focusing on the best parts and looking forward to the next time. This technique works in various situations. Maybe you send a witty text but don't immediately respond to her reply. Or perhaps you share an interesting story but save the ending for next time. The key is to always leave a little mystery, a reason for her to want to see or talk to you again. This should feel natural, not calculated. The goal is to respect your own time and boundaries while also maintaining an air of intrigue. It's about quality over quantity, making your interactions meaningful and memorable rather than prolonged and potentially mundane. So next time you're having a great interaction, consider making a graceful exit while the energy is still high. Leave her with a smile on her face and a curiosity about when she'll see you next. Because sometimes, the most powerful presence is the one that's temporarily absent, leaving her dreaming about your next encounter. So now that you know how to become the man she can't stop thinking about, what's next for you? Discover the 30 signs you're an attractive man, or learn how to tell if you're actually important in her life. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe for more.